to talk about real estate markets to watch. And actually, I'm going to give you my top 3 real estate markets to watch. And I'm going to start with number 3, Boise, Idaho. Boise is something I've been watching for a while. I've been spending some time going out there. Let me, maybe take it a step back from there. Is I think California, the West Coast in general, is doing an amazing job of driving people out of the West Coast and out of California and out of Oregon and out of Washington. And so really what you're seeing is there's this net, population migration out of those areas as, call it political, call it expenses, call it whatever you want to call it, but there has been. And it's very evident when you look at the demographics and the studies of people moving, is they're moving a metro over. They're moving to other parts of the country. And so you're going to see is there's going to be some theme to the 3 cities and metros that I'm looking at to markets to watch, is they are net beneficiaries of California and the West Coast doing an amazing job of driving people out of there. So Boise is the number 3 market. What I like about this is it feels very similar to a lot of those California West Coast. And I think that's probably the reason a lot of those people are moving there is, it's got a similar climate, it's maybe a little bit colder, a little bit snowier, but in general, it feels very much like California. And so you're seeing a huge uptick in the people moving there. Home prices are going up, all real estate really. They're now starting to struggle with the mass exodus. The amount of people there is, can they build them fast enough? And those home prices, it's sustainable. Boise is a smaller city. It's very much on the tertiary, small airport, it's a little bit difficult. And so that's why it's number 3 on my list. Number 2 city that is on my list is Salt Lake City, Utah. So the Salt Lake City Metroplex is unbelievable. And I feel like it's been kind of under the radar for a very, very long period of time. My belief is that it's just part of that development and the maturation of that city has been driven by the Mormon Church has been doing a lot of the development in that city, and the rest of the world just hasn't become apparent to what an amazing and rad city it is. The infrastructure, the streetcar line, they're spending, I think, like $5 billion on expanding the airport. You got from downtown to Park City in 30 minutes, world-class skiing, outdoors. I mean, unbelievable of Utah. And it is, I think, getting ready to experience a decade that's very similar to that Denver experienced over the last kind of decade and before. And so the next 10, 20 years, I am tremendously bullish on Salt Lake City as a whole, as more population moves there, as, more companies relocate, as, and just the close proximity. And I give you a kind of a comparison to Denver. Denver did this huge expansion of the airport, but it is an hour and half from the downtown of Denver. And then it's probably an hour to the actual resorts in the mountains from downtown Denver up to there, where you have what in Salt Lake City is all of that right in close proximity. The airport is essentially right downtown. The downtown, you can be in 30 minutes to world-class skiing. And so I see the density and the impact that is going to make for a really, really exciting, and that includes all the areas, Provo, Ogden. The people that know me and know where I'm investing most significantly is San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio has not only the net beneficiary of being Texas and all the businesses moving there, but they're also having migration from the other Texas cities. As Austin becomes more and more exciting and expensive, we're seeing migration of other cities in Texas relocating to San Antonio. So I think there's still an opportunity to buy. The market hasn't actually priced in the future of that city being international and exciting, and just Texas in general. Obviously, if you follow me, I'm building a hotel on the Riverwalk, and we have some apartments and conversions, office buildings in San Antonio. So again, that's why that is my number 1 market to watch. coming in today's 2021. And so call it for the next decade.